Hey there, everybody. I'm CCP Dolan here with CCP Fozzie, bringing you Pandemic Legion versus Synthetic System. Pandemic Legion hasn't brought the Titan Blob that you saw in the previous commercial. They've, in fact, brought a rather strong Vindicator Megathron Navy issue Duke It Out team that has landed at 0 with some Feroxes. RIP in peace, Feroxes.
This setup from PL is very similar to what we saw a lot of teams use in the 10th Alliance tournament. So in previous years, it was often double Navy Mega or double Vindicator. This one is Vindicator Navy Mega. But then you got EOS for Lynx and Neros for Repping, and then lots and lots and lots of Assault Frigates, which are really good, as we just saw from Agony. Synthetic System, on the other hand, has brought a very creative new setup. It's Blaster Feroxes close range, Shield Thoraxes, Daredevils, Celestises, and a Scimitar for Repping. Quite a lot of damage, actually. The Feroxes tank pretty well. And the Thoraxes are actually a bit of ways away from the fight, so they may be able to catch that Guardian, take it down. But I do think Pandemic Legion has the stronger of this matchup.
Oneros.
Yes.
But the Oneros is actually all off on his lonely island.
Yes. Everyone else from PL warped into 0. And all of the PL Assault Frigs immediately go running after that Scimitar and are there now. I mean, they're on top of him at this time. In the time it took me to tell you what happened, it was over.
Done.
And that Navy Mega going through shields fast, but he's going to be armor tanked. So we'll see how well he tanks now that he's got reps on him. There we go. And how long that Scimitar lasts.
Yeah, and the rep bar is tremendous for Pandemic Legion. I'm wondering where all this rep is coming from. It's not just the Oneros, I'm sure.
You probably have AARs on the Vindicator. And actually, no, those don't show up on the rep bar. Maybe normal reps? Maybe they're dual repped? Who knows?
Wild and crazy fun event. We'll see.
It could be a ASB and Neros. That could add to it.
Also, a Thorax died, by the way.
Yes. So the Thoraxes actually ended up getting close to the Vindies, and so they got webbed. And that's what you saw killing the Thorax there.
And the Scimitar was dying.
And the Scimitar is just dying. Like that entire block.
2 million Assault Frigs.
Yeah, that's all the Assault Frigs in the world. I mean, triple Enyo, triple Ishkur, double Vengeance. That's like a battleship and a half worth of damage that just gets wherever you want it to get and is impossible to kill.
Other Thorax died.
Yeah.
I'm just side updating you when things die.
We're now going to see the last Thorax go down pretty fast, I'm sure, unless he's already pulled a ways away. But stuff is just going to die pretty fast. They're going to save the Feroxes for last. They don't do as much damage as their tank, kind of in that trade-off compared to all these other ships. And so they're just going to try to kill all that. And we're seeing a Daredevil going down super fast. Yeah, this is not exactly the matchup that the Synthetic Systems wanted to come up against. It's a very brawly setup. It's a very simple setup to fly. I don't think it's a terrible setup, but it's definitely not ideal.
What is the setup they wanted to fly against?
I don't know. The same setup, a 6-person setup.
Everyone
wants to fly against a 6-person.
7 Industrials.
Yes.
That
would be the greatest matchup. Yeah, this just isn't a great team by any means. If the Thoraxes had pulled away instead of going through the Vindy and hit the Aneros, maybe. They're shield Thoraxes, they're fast. But, yeah.
So Ferox is going down, damage finally switch onto them, leaving Celestis for last.
The real big achievement, as far as I'm concerned, is that at least Randolph has not flown out of the arena yet. I mean, that is amazing. They did put him into an EOS, which isn't very fast. And how fast is he moving here? So I don't think he has a prop mod. I think they just put him in an EOS with no micro warp drive and said sit in the arena and don't do anything.
So they've got a couple spare Assault Frigates. If they really want to secure their victory here, they need to web at least immediately.
Yeah.
By the way, for those who don't know, just going to out someone's ult live on stream. Kada L is Elise Randolph.
A former CSM. We also actually have a current CSM in Lordena Cameron, who is Sala Cameron's alt there. So we have both a current CSM and a former one.
Did we just? Oh, never mind. For some reason, our audio changed in my headset.
No. So yeah, this is just really a mop-up at this point. Those Celestis are going to get swarmed by Assault Frigs. The Ferox has already gotten caught by the Vindies. And this will be probably the fastest one-sided win. This is a complete wipe.
It doesn't have 7 T1 Industrials.
Actually, you're right. That one is even faster and more complete, but definitely a very convincing win. Not necessarily something new and creative from the Pandemic Legion team. This is a setup, almost exact copy of last year, but it did the job.
That's going to be the match. Those of you who bet on Pandemic Legion at EFBet have now returned like 3% on
you got an extra cent.
Yeah. We'll come back to you with our very last match of the day, the Kadeshi versus Drunken Disorderly, and we're going to be there with that in just a few minutes.